Hey guys, Saloon here. In today's video I'm going to show you how to unlock the secrets of Naxxramas. But what does that mean exactly? Let me show you. You can gain access to a lot of crafting recipes and Transmog, some previously removed such as the frost resistance sets. There are also recipes for old Naxxramas items. Here are some examples. Even if you're not into crafting, these recipes are worth quite a lot of gold on the auction house, so it's definitely worth unlocking. This is not all, as you can also unlock an alternative way to get yourself the original tier 3 sets, although I must warn you, it's a very RNG and gold heavy process and might take quite a lot of time, but more on that later. And at last but not least, you can earn a mount called Valiance, who is one of the 4 Horsemen's mount. This guide is quite complex as it has a lot of steps, therefore I made a lot of mistakes along the way, but they helped me make this guide for you. Hopefully easy to follow so you don't make those same mistakes I did. Also keep in mind you only need to do these steps once, because afterwards you'll gain account-wide access. Everything I talk about will be linked in the description, including the full list of transmog and recipes you can get from unlocking this, and every major point will be in chapters, so you can go back and forth between the steps. Without further ado, let's begin! In part 1 of unlocking, before we start, you must learn fishing. Don't worry, no skill points are needed, and it doesn't matter which expansion it's from. Then, visit the auction house first, as we have a list of different items you will need for this journey, but if you get them now, that will save you a lot of time. After you completed the shopping list and learned fishing, you must have old Scholomance unlocked. If you haven't done that yet, I have a video on that as well. You should see a link in the top right corner now, and you'll find it in the description too. If you have it unlocked, then head to the book to get inside old Scholomance. Then go forward, open the gate, then go left downstairs through another gate. Then head left again across the hall in a straight line. Then turn left again, then go in a straight line until you reach stairs that lead you down into the basement. Then kill Rattlegore and loot him because he has a key we will need. Then turn around and walk back to the entrance of the basement. As you're walking inside, turn to the left on top of the first bone pile. You'll find a cracked Argent commission that is really hard to see. Pick it up and then use it to combine with a righteous orb and 4 true silver bars, and then make sure to equip it. Next, head upstairs from the basement, go across the first hall. Then in the next hall, turn to the right. As you enter, you'll see a door that's closed for you. Open it with the key you looted from Rattlegore, and then head to the left, follow the stairs downwards. You will arrive in a big room with 6 side rooms. Go and kill the boss in each of the 6 rooms. Once you finish, you'll see Darkmaster Gandling yell, "School is in session." Go finish him, and then upon looting his body you'll get his Darkmaster Scourge Stone, which will start the quest. After this, fly to the Light's Hope Chapel in Eastern Plaguelands and hand in your quest at Duke Nicholas Zverenhoff. Next, head to Stratholme through the main gate. Make sure you have the Argent commission trinket still equipped. As you head down the main street, somewhere around there should be a patrolling eye of Naxxramas. You might not see it, so just kill things in this area and keep an eye out on the loot, as it should drop a ward of Naxxramas. Once you got that, don't use it yet. Now loot at least 3 Stratholme holy waters, but if you want to be safe, loot a couple more. Then run to the Scarlet Cathedral area to the left side of the dungeon, but don't go into the cathedral. Instead, turn to the left all the way until the closed gate. Now, before you continue, let's pause here for a moment. I must warn you that if you've been following along, the next steps will trigger a very tight timer that I have failed a few times, so before you continue, watch what I do and where I go until I say it's finished. I will also put a message on the screen once the timer starts and a separate message for when it finishes. I'm going to trigger the timer now, so use the word of Naxxramas at the gate that will summon a small portal looking thing. Now you have to throw one of the holy waters on it, and now a 5-minute timer starts. You have to run all the way across Stratholme to the other part of the dungeon where Rivendare is. Follow the exact path I'm taking there. You must kill the bosses in front of the ziggurats and clear those out as you would do in a dungeon run, so you can access Rivendare. Go to the left ziggurat first. Once it's done, do not go to the left, as that gate will trap you in for several seconds and you will fail the timer. Instead, go back the direction you came from to the other ziggurat with Baroness Anastari the Banshee boss in front of it. Defeat her, clear the ziggurat, then go for the last ziggurat, clear it out, then go straight towards Rivendare's area. Kill all abominations to spawn Rammstein. Then go to the left, kill the undead wave that's coming at you, and then kill Rivendare. Afterwards, turn around and go to the right where the undead wave came from. Go through the gate, and at the end you'll see a large ghost called Hand of Naxxramas. If you get close to him, you will get an action button called To Dust. Use it immediately, and it is finished. The timer is done. Now you can relax. If you succeeded, you'll see a message in chat that he turned to ash and that you should tell someone what happened here. If you failed, don't worry, you can try again by going outside and resetting all instances. However, you will have to repeat the steps from where you entered Stratholme for the first time to loot the ward from an Eye of Naxxramas. I would highly suggest resetting the dungeon even if you did succeed, because very soon you will need 20 Invader Scourge Stone that drop from the bosses in Stratholme and 2 Holy Waters. When you are done with Stratholme, you will need to find an NPC called Archmage Angela Dosantos. She can be in 2 places. Either she's at the Light's Hope Chapel sitting next to the entrance to the chapel reading a book, or she will be on the bottom of the map at the gates of the ruins of the Scarlet Enclave. Speak to her and she will give you a quest called the Dread Citadel Naxxramas. If you did the shopping list from earlier, you'll have everything completed apart from the reputation. If you are below honored, then you'll need to do some quests first. A wonderful Wowhead commenter who goes by the name Tyrensus put a list of quests together you need to do. You won't get reputation for each quest. You will get revered during the last quest of the chain by killing a quest objective, so don't panic if you're not getting any Argent reputation until then. The quest chain starts with Fiona at the side of the Eastern Plaguelands. When you reach the quest onwards to the Light's Hope Chapel, just click on the caravan and press right to the next destination. There is no need to do the 3 side quests it offers. Follow the list of quests closely. Once you reach the quest Boys Will Be Boys, fly to the Light's Hope Chapel and finish the rest of the chain. Once you are done, you should be revered. There is no need to get exalted for now, you can do that later. Head back to the Archmage and complete her quest. You will get an account-wide achievement, which grants you a special entrance to Naxxramas from the Eastern Plaguelands through a black crystal near a cauldron that's somewhat close to Stratholme. This entrance is not different from the one in Northrend. In fact, if you run out of the raid, you will be in Northrend. Now that you're inside Naxxramas through the secret entrance, you can start part 2 of the secrets. Before you do anything, make sure you have the Argent commission trinket equipped at all times and that you have the following items ready with you. You will also need 5 Corruptor's Scourge Stones. You will get 1 from each Naxxramas boss, but you can ignore this for now. If you got everything else ready, we will need to build a grappling hook. Head to the Arachnid Quarter, kill the first boss, then head to the second boss, Grand Widow Farlina, and defeat her. She will drop Farina's Sewing Kit. That's the first item for the Grappling Hook. Now continue to Maxna, and before you go upstairs into her lair, start fishing in the green slime, and you should fish up an item called Abomination's Chain. That's the second item. Kill Maxna, then go back to the entrance and head to the Construct Quarter. In the second room, as you enter to the right, you will find a Construct's Hook, which is the third item. Combine them together and click the makeshift grappling hook again to learn it. Now you've unlocked the grappling hook for all your characters. Next we are going to unlock the secret vendor called Zackett Skullsmasher. Continue into the Construct Quarter by killing all 4 bosses. After you defeat Thaddeus, don't leave that room. Go to the left platform and now you will see a grappling hook point active. The grapple points only activate after you kill the boss in that room. Now I'm going to grapple my way to Zackett, just watch the clip and follow along. If you have all items ready, you only need to do this once. Once you reach him, throw a Stratholme holy water on him to wake him up. He will give you a quest, but you should be able to turn that in immediately if you have everything. The quest reward is an item token. You can turn this token into an old tier 3 piece, but I will explain that in detail soon. Just pick whichever you are more likely to unlock for now. After this, Zackett will move to the entrance of the raid and he becomes a vendor for many different things. First of all, you can turn in Invader Scourge Stones and Corruptor Scourge Stones for Death's bargaining chips. These are all warbound items. Do not spend the Death's bargaining chips yet. Let me explain what can you get with these first. Let's talk about tier 3 sets first. You will see Dented Raiders armor tokens that cost 3 bargaining chips each. These will drop classic greens and greys, but they have a chance to drop Lamented Crusader helmet, shoulders, etc. depending on which armor token you bought. These have a really low drop chance, but once you got one, you will need to purify it. For that you will need one of the following: Cursed Cloth, or Languished Leather, or Scourge Scales, or Undeath Metal, depending on which tier 3 you want to unlock. The recipes for these you can find on the second page of Zackett's wares, but you can only buy these if you have the achievement Drop Dead Gorgeous, which is an achievement for owning a tier 3 set. Don't worry, if you don't have the achievement, you can put in a crafting order for these. Now that you have turned your Lamented Crusader item into a desecrated item, you can combine it with Phylacter Weave and Righteous Orbs. You can buy Phylacter Weave from Zackett, but it costs 2,000 gold each. You will need a lot of these. A full tier 3 set costs 2.8 million gold and 80 Righteous Orbs on top. As I mentioned earlier, this is very tedious and costs a ton of gold for the effort, but it's a tier 3 set after all. The only way to obtain them is from the black market auction house, where the prices for an individual item might be even higher and has RNG involved too. With this alternative way, you can at least work towards it. Now let's talk about what else Zackett sells. For 12 bargaining chips, you can buy a slime-covered scroll. These will reveal an ancient recipe for removed Naxxramas items, some I showed you earlier. As the tooltip says, it will be completely random which recipe you get. You can eliminate this randomness by buying the recipes from the auction house, as they are not soul-bound, so you can sell them yourself if you want to make some extra gold. You can also buy the crafted items directly from the auction house if you just want the Transmog. Now I'll talk about how to get the secret mount called Valiance. He is one of the horses of the 4 horsemen. Before you begin, make sure you are on a character that is not locked to Naxxramas yet, and make sure the difficulty is set to 10 men. Now buy the Rotten Delicious from Zackett that costs 30 bargaining chips. Go to the military quarter, and as you head downstairs towards the stables, you'll see Valiance. Kill the trash in the room first for safety measures, but do not kill the boss instructor yet. Feed Valiance the rotten apple. You'll see him eat it, but nothing else happens yet. Go to the boss and take one of the mind controlling pillars, then move one of the ads all the way to Valiance so they mount it, and then lead it back to the boss. Once you're back, dismiss your ad and then kill them. The mount should drop from the boss as a loot, and that's it. Congratulations, you got Valiance. The last secret left are the Lost Frost Resistance sets. To get the recipes for these, you'll need to find a book in a cage at the start of the military quarter. Hand the quest in at Master Craftsman Omarion at Light's Hope Chapel. Afterwards, you'll have to collect the scattered pages for this book in Naxxramas. You will have to grapple to a lot of these, but remember, if you can't see a grapple point, then you'll have to kill the boss in that room. I'd actually suggest clearing the raid before collecting the pages. Pages 1 and 2 of Omarion's notes can be found in the outer ring of Naxxramas inside the slime pool that separates the construct and arachnid quarters to the north of the instance. It will be at the bottom of the pool. Pages 3 and 4 of Omarion's notes can be found in the first room of the arachnid quarter, hidden within the ruined structure by the slime pool. Pages 5 and 6 can be found just before entering Farlina's room. Instead of taking a left to enter the boss room, take a right. Pages hidden beneath some spider eggs. Pages 7 and 8 can be found in Max's room. Once you enter the room, turn back to face the entrance and look up. There will be a grapple point just above the entrance. Grapple and walk around the outer ring to the eastern end of the room where the notes will be waiting for you. Pages 9 and 10 can be found just before the tunnel that leads to Gluth. Before you enter the tunnel by the pipe after Grobulius, there will be a grapple point. Simply grapple to it to reach the note. Pages 11 and 12 can be found in Grobulius's room. Climb the ramp behind the boss and turn back. You will see a grappling point to a small alcove near the ceiling of the room. Grapple there and walk to the end of the alcove to reach the note. Pages 13 and 14 can be found high on the ceiling on the corridor after patchwork. To reach the page, start by grabbing a grapple point by the tunnel leading to Gluth at the broken portion to the left just before dropping to the boss. Then follow a small grappling puzzle to get to the page. Follow where I go in this clip. Pages 15 and 16 can be found in Thaddeus's room by the grapple points we did earlier for Zackett. Pages 17 and 18 can be found in the first room of the Plague Quarter, sitting by a meat wagon just to the left of the entrance. Pages 19 and 20 can be found by the corridor between North and High Gun in the Plague Quarter. On the mob gauntlet, on the left side, there will be a slime pool covered by a sewer lid and some mushrooms in the area. The note will be on top of the mushrooms. Pages 21 and 22 can be found in Lotheb's room by a gate to the left where the boss is standing. Pages 23 and 24 can be found by the platform overlooking Noth's room. The platform is accessible by reaching it via the outer ring. Pages 25 and 26 can be found above the entrance to Gothic's room. Grapple to an upper alcove right at the entrance of the weapons mob's room after Razuvius, then carefully run along the small alcove all the way to Gothic's room to reach the page. Pages 27 and 28 can be found in the Four Horsemen room by a sewer pipe to the left as you enter the room. Pages 29 and 30 can be found by the stables in Instructor Razuvius' room. Use the grapple point to an upper alcove by the nest just in front of the entrance of Razuvius' battle arena. Then run along the alcove to reach the note. Pages 31 and 32 can be found in the room after Razuvius with all the enchanted weapons, by the right next to the corner by one of the window frames. Once you gather all pages, go back to Marion, tell him you found all his pages and that will unlock all the frost resistance recipes. You can also buy the crafted items from the auction house. We finally reached the end of all the secrets of Naxxramas. Whether you are going for tier 3 sets or just unlock Valiance, I hope you found this guide useful, and I want to give you all my thanks for watching. This was probably one of the most complex videos I had to make so far, so I truly appreciate it if you watched it and gave a like. This concludes our series of secret transmog and crafting recipes that were returned in Dragonflight. I will link all 3 in the description if you haven't seen it all. I bid you farewell for now, and subscribe for more WoW content. Bye bye!